What's up, guys? Hope you're doing well. Hey, if you couldn't tell, my thumbnail, it's supposed to be me staring at a computer typing a keyboard, okay? Because the story I want to tell is something simple that God's delivered me from. Not that everyone would need deliverance from this thing, but long story short, from video games. Growing up, video games, definitely a part of my life, pretty significantly, especially my older brother, my only older brother, being a mega gamer from just the DNA strands and up. It was always meant to be. And now he works as a software engineer, and so it all worked out. But all that said, playing video games, is a big part of life. And as a 94 baby, I kind of grew up with the gaming revolution. I don't know, advancements. We had the N64. I remember getting my first Game Boy Color, and then the Game Boy Advance, and then the Game Boy SP, and I remember playing, all the Pokemon games as they evolved. Like, my childhood coincided with that, and then when the Xbox 360 came out, the PS2, the PS3, and then the Wii, and obviously nowadays it's a whole nother world. And I spent a lot of time playing video games. As a kid, it was great. I mean, I always enjoyed it. I don't have any traumatic experiences from playing video games by any means. But in high school, the real estate of time started to appreciate and value. But my self-discipline as it related to how much of that time to allot to real estate was in question. It's kind of like never mind. You don't even care about that analogy. You get the point. I was spending too much time playing video games, and particularly in high school, Minecraft came out. Not the full version, but it was Minecraft beta. And man, I loved that game so much. In middle school, it was like Halo 2, a lot of Halo 2, and then as a kid, a lot of Pokemon, and then all throughout, a lot of Madden and FIFA. And so anyways, Minecraft, literally I would stay up sometimes till 2, 3, 4 a.m. playing Minecraft. And so it was detracting from life, right? And also, I just began to observe this feeling when the screen would shut off that was like kind of not quite demoralizing, but pretty discouraging. Because whatever, every game makes you feel like you're progressing, makes you feel like you're accomplishing something, makes you feel good about something that you did. But then when the screen shuts off and you look around at the physical world, it's like, I just did nothing. Like, nothing got accomplished, nothing happened. Like, this is all fake, this is made up. And this video won't age that well, because we're definitely moving more and more towards a metaverse reality. And virtual reality is going to be so normal, for my kids. And most people will identify with the virtual world even more than they do the physical world, in my opinion. Because you can just more easily find the people that think like you do. And it doesn't have to be limited to you happen to live in the same city, And more and more people will want to distance themselves from the type of relational vulnerability that can open you up to pain, like physical, in-person relationships can do. And so, and technologically, it's going to be a more and more seamless experience to where it doesn't feel like so different, But at the same time, it will feel so different in noise compared to how people feel about, the real world. So regardless of if this ages well, the point is, I had a problem with gaming, and I started observing these negative feelings that I had inside. Kind of deposit some cash here once the bank opens up. Hey, how's it going? It's going in personal. And it just clicked. And then I just stopped. Like, literally, I just cut it out of my life because it wasn't adding enough to my life in terms of enjoyment to justify the amount of time it required. And even thinking about, like, what if I just played like 1 hour on a weekend, or what if I just played like 5 hours here and there, but not really very much. It's like not a good feeling because so many other gamers are going to spend so much more time than you, and so then you feel like it's pointless. Like, I'm not going to be any good at this. Oh, also, just pause, shout out Super Smash Bros. Melee. It's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. If I just play for just kicks and giggles, like, I guess that's kind of fun, but like, in the grand scheme of this game, you suck at this game. Like, there's not a whole lot to be said for it. Which, when you're 7 years old, 10 years old, who cares? It's all just fun, sports, let's all get a participation trophy. It's all good. But as a 17-year-old, 18-year-old, and especially now as, late 20s, like, do we really need to, just kind of play clarinet so that I can learn Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and be like, wow, such a novel experience getting to play the clarinet, Thanks.
Thank you.
And some personalities would probably really enjoy that. But for me, it's like there's no value there unless it's just so cool, fun, amazing enjoyment to get this new and novel experience. But like if I know that I will have a really low bar for the excellence that I'll produce in a certain area, it's hard for me to justify allocating that real estate of time to that area. And it takes away, like, pleasure and enjoyment is a great reason to do something. It's not like everything needs to be so productive and efficient, but if the pleasure and enjoyment is influenced by the quality of the experience, or like your ability to do a certain thing, and those qualities or abilities can only be developed with a significant amount of time invested, then it just doesn't fit, And I started feeling like I don't want to just do things on a screen. I want to do things in the real world. And so I need to cut out this screen thing. So I let go of video games, and I have not played Minecraft since, even though I've had cravings, for sure, to just pulling all night or playing Minecraft. And I love the feelings of accomplishment. I love the creativity. I love the escape from some of the aspects of normal life that can become mundane or discouraging. I love the just adrenaline and the dopamine triggers associated with the way people can construct video games these days. But I just knew it's not a healthy relationship for me, so I let it go. And I'm super thankful. Like, it's opened me up, especially knowing now that I have ADHD, which I didn't know then. It's just super helpful to just like adjust like adjust my brain's expectation for the level of stimulation I receive from normal activities. Whereas if I kept going into gaming, the real world would get more and more just like incredibly difficult to trudge through, because I would get no stimulation from it. It would just be so boring compared to a video game. And anyone can feel that, but you're just more at risk of it happening sooner, I guess, with ADHD. Because you already have a chronically understimulated brain from mundane activities. And so I'm thankful that I could get something out of my life that was an artificial dopamine boost, and obviously an unhealthy relationship, because it's allowed me to engage with the real world so much more. So that's really what I wanted to share. And hey, if you love video games, more power to you, especially if you're doing it in a way that's a blessing to your life and not a curse. I'm a little bit jelly that you were able to do that, but it wasn't meant to be for me. And ultimately, if there is anything in your life that you don't think is a blessing to your life, you can totally cut it out. There are some things you can't cut out, but there are other things you can cut out. I always say that life is worship, and maybe I'll share about that in another video soon. But ultimately, everything we do is meant to be worship to God, and everything we do is worship to something. We're revering or exalting something, placing value on something. And why am I saying that right now? Oh, if you want to worship God in everything, then it's like, okay, I could either try to figure out how to worship God in this, or if I can't figure out how to worship God in this, then is this something that I could let go? And video games is certainly something that you don't have to figure out, how do I do this worshipfully? You are certainly welcome to let it go. So, anyways, that's all I got for y'all today. I'll talk to y'all soon. Life is worship, and God is love.